We've got some beautiful canoes that are actually going to be making their way to London, England for the Queen's Jubilee. We'll get to the details on that in just a couple of minutes, but I want to introduce Stu Hamill, who's the Rideau Roundtable Coordinator. Great to have you. We hung out in Merrickville. It was a ton of fun. Yes. And also Peter O joining us from the Rideau Roundtable. You're the president there. Great to have you on our show.
Thank you.
So, a lot of projects on the go right now. Give us a quick rundown, because the Rideau Roundtable is the first place I want to start.
Exactly. The Rideau Roundtable is an environmental group, not for profit, based here in Smiths Falls. Our goal is to promote the protection and wider acknowledgement of the value of the Rideau waterway and its watersheds.
It was interesting when we actually went out on the boat and when we were in Merrickville that you were being able to show certain aspects of the water and the collection, you know, on certain sides. There's a lot of science that's going on amongst our waterways.
There's a lot of science needed. There's a lot of environmental protection needed. There's a lot of activity needed by just residents to protect their shorelines. We need groups like the Roundtable to promote and encourage and protect the waterway.
One of the things that you do is you actually take people out on general tours.
Exactly. The Roundtable's flagship program is using these replica Voyager canoes to take people out on the water. It gives us a chance to introduce them to paddling and to the waterway, and it gives us a chance to talk about wildlife, nature, shorelines, water quality, and how to protect them.
So there's a lot to do when you're heading out, but then you always take it up to the next level. And Peter, that's where you come in with these Treasures of the Rideau. So this is heading out, but then an added experience to it.
Yes, the Treasures of Rideau is a much longer program, and also special in the sense that we engage special experts, people who have made a name in their field. For example, in Environment Week, on Saturday, June the 2nd, we will have Treasures of the Rideau with a canoe icon, Max Finkelstein.
He's a canoe, is that what said, a canoe icon?
Right.
An icon.
Icon, right,
Canadian
yeah.
icon.
Canadian, and then in fact he has paddled across Canada, has written books on it.
He paddled across Canada?
Right,
oh,
right.
Yeah, so the stories that he must have would be fascinating.
Fantastic, yeah.
So people would listen to him while they're on the
share experience,
on the
right?
boat, yeah.
And then, when we have lunch together, there's more questions, answers, and so on. And in fact, he will be leading a capital-to-capital expedition in September. This is from Ottawa to Washington.
Oh, neat.
Bringing the news of the need for protecting our water and engaging people along the way, including young people, First Nations.
So how many people would be doing that trek?
They will actually be having new groups of people on the route.
Okay.
They will have 3 canoeists all along, and if you guys want to do the taping, then maybe good time to get
take me along.
Right.
I'm totally on board for
Great.
it.
Yeah.
I would love to be taken along on one of these boats, but these are actually heading to London. So what's going to be done to these boats over the next little bit before they shipped over?
These are our 3rd and 4th canoes. They actually belong to Paddle Canada, and we are returning them to Paddle Canada. We use the bigger ones most of the time. These 2 canoes are going to England to be part of the Queen's Jubilee, and they need some fixing up and refurbishing, and that's going to be done by the Canada Canoe Museum, James Raff in Peterborough.
Okay, so I was going to ask, do we want to keep some of the historic value to it, or are we allowed a little paint job, a little tape here? Like,
well,
what happens?
They could be repainted. They're replicas to begin with,
Okay.
so it doesn't hurt to repaint, fix up the wood, replace broken pieces, but
It is amazing to see how far duct tape can go, though, when you peek in, the things that you do to be able to salvage whatever.
This is for the refurbishing part.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful to see, but really the programs that will affect the people here, the Rideau Roundtable. So can people get more information or be able to book some of these? I know the big one of them is the weekend of the
in fact,
June 2nd.
June the 9th, we also will have a biologist photographer. And he spent time so familiar with the Rideau that there is also a photographic workshop where he shares the secret of where is the photographic spot, Kodak times, all those things.
So there's a ton of things. So check out the information listed there. RideauRoundtable.ca is the website you want to check out.